Welcome everyone, what is going on? And yes, it is Friday today, not Saturday. Don't worry, we will still be streaming on Saturday as well as Sunday, but Wednesday night I did go to a Best Buy drop to try to get a GPU. Most obviously we're hoping for those Founders Editions, the non-LHRs, the 3060 Ti, the 3070 and the 3080, and at all last resort, the 3090. But you know, that just didn't play out in favor. It was one of the worst drops I ever went to. But aside from that, I was up all night Wednesday night, obviously waiting in line for that. So there was no video dropped on Thursday. And then I was still like, by the time I got home and everything, because like an hour and a half drive, I was like passing out and waking up and whatnot throughout Friday. So I just didn't get around to, you know, making a video for today. So I decided let's fire out a live stream just to see what happens, see if anyone shows up and whatnot. I have been asked. There are a few people at that Best Buy drop that do watch the channel, and you know, they're saying maybe you should do more live streams and stuff. So I was like, hey, you know what? Let's test it out today, see what kind of show up and stuff we get, and if it works in favor, maybe we'll try to do obviously our weekend live streams, as well as I'll go forward and maybe do, you know, 1 or 2 during the week as well. So we're gonna see what happens. This is kind of a beta tester here, and to fill in the gap of 2 videos that I didn't complete this week. So again, sorry for that. I'm still actually kind of feeling it. Wow, it's a little bit chilly and all that good stuff, but it kind of wears and tears on the old body. Anyway, let's do a quick roll call here. We got Just a Miner for EMH. Fudweiser is rushing home. Do not speed. You will get a speeding ticket. And if it's icy there like it is here, we had freezing rain and whatnot, there's going to be accidents all over the place. Alan Grant, the one guy OZ for EMH. Chancoin, yes, it's not Saturday today. It is Friday. I already went through this. Scoobuski, Robert Tetcher, 8 bits long. Can't wait to see what you got. Yeah, we'll go over that in a minute here, but it is nothing that I wanted to get. Crypto Noob UK. We got White Arctic Rock. Blah blah. Wow, I maybe I shouldn't stream on the week, guys. My vocabulary is not quite there. White Arctic Walker. Robert Schleder. Oh my gosh. Rob Hawkins, and it just skipped. I just skipped a whole bunch of people now. K Ryas, and we got Kevin with a whole bunch of ones and whatnot in there. We got Siluascu, Bull 8, Magno, Cryptobaltis, Kabuski, and Tom. Yeah, we went through that. So hopefully I caught everyone. If I missed you, I'm very sorry. And we got Mr. Rondi. What's going on? I thought you're always in bed. Maybe you're okay during the weeks or something. Anyway, so what's going on? So yeah, I did go to that Best Buy drop. And I ended up with an MSI Gaming X 3060 Ti. Obviously, it's LHR, but some things can come out of it. Now I actually have an LHR card I can test. And actually, currently looking at the numbers, you're probably better off getting a 3060 when it comes to efficiency and hash rate, because the LHR unlocker isn't really that great on it compared to what it is on the 3060. But again, I haven't really tested. I just threw it in my Octominer rig and I got it up and running, and I was too tired to really break it out. I did want to break it out and kind of test it throughout a live stream maybe tomorrow, but tomorrow won't really work because, as you know, another shout out here to Red Panda Mining. I'm pretty sure all you guys know who he is, and if you don't, obviously check out his channel. But Red Panda Mining, most likely after the live stream, it usually goes on and after I start. So I don't want to extend any type of long streams tomorrow, because originally I did want to test that card out. But he is having his Octominer giveaway. So they're giving away 4 to 6 Octominer complete sets, if you are unaware, during his live stream, as well as there's also going to be opened up for 3 days only a special time limited event of single unit purchases from Octominer. Currently right now, you go to their website, it says you need at least 5 in your order. It will be opened up to single unit purchases. So that's great for a lot of people out there. Also, there's going to be a whole bunch of coupon codes. There's also going to be some other giveaways. I've also been talking to them. We may, you know, maybe the following month or a couple weeks. I'm not really sure if they want to do like a time frame thing, but we may be doing the same type of giveaway later on this channel. So, you know, some nice stuff is to come, but I just want to point that out. If you guys are looking for Octominer rigs, tomorrow's live stream, when Red Panda's live stream, is when it all starts and everything starts to happen. I also have a coupon code of Rabid Mining, will grant $25 off anything from Octominer store there on top of all that. So interesting stuff coming on there, and, you know, lots of stuff to look forward to in the future here. Did you cry in the car when you were driving back home? Honestly, when I was standing in line, Chancoin, when I was going to take that GPU, like I was standing in line before I purchased it, I was ready to just walk to my truck, even though I was there all night. I was like, I'm just gonna leave. I don't even want anything. I'm just gonna go. But I was like, oh, I was here all night. You know, I was actually turning because I needed 102 mega hash to finally hit 1 giga hash. And now I need 60 mega hash to hit 1 giga hash. But I was like, okay, this isn't happening. I said I wouldn't buy another 3090 because they're just too expensive for what you get for the 3090. But then, you know, after I found out, there's no Founders Edition cards anymore. They only had like 20 to 25. And I got there like really early, like 8 o'clock at night. And I was in 40th place or something. Usually the top 60 usually end up with a decent cards. They usually have like 40, 30, 70s. And they usually have like 15 to 20, 30, 80s. And a lot of people in between there are some are gamers who are getting like the TIs and, you know, the MSI cards and other stuff in between there. So usually when it gets to me, like there's a lot of the 3070s, 3060 TIs and stuff that are still there, as well as 3090s. They didn't even have any 3090s this time in the complete drop at all. So their stock was very, very low compared to what it previously was. And they didn't even have a drop in November. So maybe we'll get lucky and we can have another quick drop before Christmas, because this one was delayed quite a bit due to all the BC flooding and whatnot, because all the roads were out. And they obviously, it's too expensive to ship by airplane. So that is why I think the drop was extended from last month throughout Canada. But again, I could be wrong. But some people were kind of talking about that before. Maybe we'll get lucky on a December drop before Christmas, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. Anyway, so yeah, good stuff. Nice plug for RPM. Yeah, for sure. You know, we're all crypto people out here. We all help support everybody's channel out there. And of course, huge shout out to Red Panda, because a lot of you guys, ever since I did drop that Octominer video, we're curious about the Octominer, how to get it. They told me, I've been telling you guys, and I guess it's been kind of wrong information, because they told me it was going straight to single units right away, and I let you guys know that, and then it's still saying 5. So now I feel like the bad guy saying, I don't know what's going on. They told me they're going to single. Now it looks like they're having that 3-day event. So I'm just letting you guys know, Red Panda stream is when it all does start, and for 3 days starting tomorrow, you can get, you know, single unit purchases of those Octominer rigs, and we're trying to do the same thing on the channel here in the future. Are we planning a Rabid raid on Panda for Saturday? Of course, we're gonna Rabid raid Panda, of course, on Saturday. We do it every time, as long as, you know, we're gonna have to watch that a little closer, because I want to get you guys into that stream in time to catch his giveaway and whatnot, because you're definitely not gonna want to miss that giveaway. I'm 80 mega hash away myself. Nice, Kevin. Yeah, that 1 giga hash mark is like the milestone for everybody. That was my thing, 1 giga hash. But Ethereum, like, prices are going down some more, of course. Obviously, I woke up this morning, I looked at the gas prices on the Ethereum network, and it was like, what? It was like 480, 500. It was insane. But we're going to have a quick look here, take a look at how the old hash rate is coming. Let me adjust my screen so you guys can see things a little bit better. That's kind of small still. There we go. That may be about right. But yeah, it looks like we finally broke that 900 terahash mark. I almost said mega hash, but yeah. 902 terahash, so we are above 900 terahash now, 904. So yeah, that difficulty is definitely going up, and it's pretty crazy what's going on here. As for the block rewards, gas fees are up. Actually, oh, they're coming back down, guys. 87 gas, 95, sweet, 78. I actually got a payout from Flexpool 4 days ago or something, and I have my gas set at 65, so a nice cheap payout there. You know, I have no problem waiting. But the block, what is the, oh, burnt fees. I was like, how is there a 0.8 block fee? But yeah, that's the burnt fees. So it looks like 2, 2.4, 2.5. You know, nothing major here. No NFT drops were happening because of, that's usually when you see those nice high miner tips ever since 1559. But if you remember pre-1559, when we got prices going down and prices going up, us as miners, we loved it. That's when those gas fees were high. That's when people were selling their ETH, moving their ETH, transferring to Bitcoin, doing whatever. The network was insanely busy. The gas fees went up, and us as miners were obviously banking a lot of nice sized blocks during these times. Now, everything is just burnt unless someone decides to put in a miner tip to the miners out there, which usually does not happen anymore unless it's like a nice big NFT drop or something. So great stuff happening there. Looks like a lot of mining rigs are starting to slowly go up for sale according to the used market here, but the prices are still very expensive. Like 232 mega hash plug and play, 6 GPUs, $6,800. That's, you know, still a retarded price. This one right here, $3,650 for 145 mega hash. I looked into this, I was like, that's not too bad of a deal, but it's like 1060 cards and 1070s. So again, way overpriced. But rigs and stuff are slowly starting to hit the market, and that just means as more and more people start selling, because this is part of people's strategies. Keep in mind, you buy prices during crypto winter, you get it at like discount prices, a quarter of the price of what you're seeing now. You can pick all this stuff up, and then obviously just before something's going to happen, like the merge coming in a couple months before that, you do want to start selling it at those current high prices still, because then you can potentially make a lot of profit in your rigs. And then if a winter does hit down the road, then obviously everything will be a lot cheaper, and then you can get everything you sold back and still have a whole bunch of extra money on top of everything you sold at a high price. So that is like a strategy that a lot of people do use when it comes to buying and selling crypto hardware on their own. Like there's people that buy Veta frames for $25 in a winter and then sell them later on down the road for $200 a piece. They're making a lot of money per rig. So these are strategies that different people do throughout the different 4-year cycles that do happen across the cryptocurrencies. Chanko, yeah, thumbs up. Winter definitely helps those GPU temperatures, that's for sure. No laughing. My rigs quit mining after the latest HiveOS update. Which one? Is there another HiveOS update? Let's have a look here. Let's go into this Octominer rig here. Let's see if you guys can kind of see it. Adjust my screen. Bam. Bam. Okay, Octominer. I did update it the other day when I put that card in. Let's see if there's an update since. So looks like I'm fully updated right now. Here is that card actually. Here's that 3060 Ti that I got. 40.29 mega hash. Now sometimes it goes up to 41, 42. Obviously I still got to test MB miner and LOL miner and whatnot across this, but I just threw it in. I just started mining with it and that's it. I'm using about 1350 and 2100 memory. I noticed if you go up in your memory more, it kind of engages the LHR on it and drops your mega hash a bit. So it's looking like 21 is a decent number, but again, I didn't really play around. I threw it in, I tried 2 or 3 different numbers, said all right, good enough, and then I pretty much went and laid on the couch and relaxed. But I do plan on taking this thing out here, throw it on the test bench and really looking at it someday in the future, see what's actually happening. But as of the latest update, I don't know what you got. This is fully updated and everything does seem to be mining okay across this Octominer rig. But yeah, good stuff there. Just moving back this way, I do have my testing. I was doing those testing, as you guys know, the ultimate test of all tests going across Raptoreum. Raptoreum price is down, by the way. We'll look at it in a minute, but everything is done. And a lot of people out there, I can say 100% now that where people are saying how FlexPool is the most, obviously we know there's so much hash rate on it, but everyone's saying how it's the most profitable pool, it's the best pool, whatever else. I can say right now in profitability, I tested 6 pools at the same time. It was in 3rd place. I'm not telling you what beat it, and I'm not telling you what was under it or how close it was. And I'm gonna straight out say between XM Rigger and GPU Miner, if you are not using XM Rig with your CPU, you are definitely mining Raptoreum wrong. The CPU Miner GR, you are definitely losing out when it comes to profitability on Raptoreum. So those are the only hints I want to drop out right now between that. I wanted to have that video out today, but obviously, Best Buy ended that operation. But I will try to have that out probably Monday morning for you, get all those results and graphs and whatnot together, and we'll be going through those results. But that is what I'm saying. FlexPool, out of the 6 pools I tried, is sitting at about 3rd place, and it's not even by much. The pools that were under it were actually still fairly close. So it depends on the week. More luck based to other luck based, FlexPool could drop down the list even more. But it's very interesting to see what's going on across the Raptoreum network. And because I used XM Rig on CPU, or when I did the flock pool test, I used XM Rig as well as the CPU Miner GR. I don't know why I want to keep saying GPU, but I did that because the majority of the people coming from FlexPool and all the comments on most of my videos are saying how FlexPool is the best. FlexPool is this. Obviously has the most hash rate, and they're saying it has the most hash rate because it's the most profitable pool. So that's why I wanted to put this together, and I did use XM Rig. And now remember, when we look into my future numbers here, FlexPool, also with the CPU Miner GR, has the lowest dev fee at FlexPool. So if you use CPU Miner GR on any of the other pools, you're paying an even higher dev fee on top of that. And right out the get-go, that's why I did use XM Rig versus CPU Miner GR on FlexPool. XM Rig still pretty much destroyed CPU Miner GR. And then every test I show you, I use CPU Miner GR on it just so it'd be a fair test. So technically I would have made even more than the numbers I will be showing you in that video. So I just wanted to give you an update on that test of all tests to, end all the tests about Raptoreum. And I definitely say use XM rigs, especially on the Ryzen series CPUs. Intel may be a different story, but I don't have any Intel CPUs to mine with to actually do that. Why do I keep saying flex pool? Yes, you're 100% correct, Darren. It is flock pool I'm talking about. I was looking at flex pool just before the stream, and now that's stuck in my head. Yes, flock pool. I mean flock pool, not flex pool. Oh my gosh, I feel like an idiot. Thanks a lot. Yes, you are 100% there, Darren Kingsbury. I do mean flock pool, and I'm sure you guys know what I meant. I don't know. I'm still half asleep, I think, or something. Something's going on here. But yeah, I do mean flock pool, just to clear the air. 100% flock pool is what I'm talking about, not flex pool. Oh my gosh. Anyway, do we have any ads here? Questions? My 3 brand new RX 470 8GB GPUs cost me €71 each just before the DeFi summer. Yeah, they're dirt cheap then. For sure. Well, I don't even know what they're going for now. Probably like $400 to $500 Canadian. When you could have got them for like $100 before DeFi and all that stuff did come into play. But there's also a couple new DeFi platforms which I'm really excited about, and I forget where they are. But because we know DeFi made Ethereum explode, and because of all these applications being built on Ethereum is why Ethereum obviously is a crypto that everybody wants. But remember, there's other platforms that are implementing DeFi. One of them is the XMR platform. There's a DeFi platform being built for CPU mineable coins and whatnot with XM rig, as well as, or not XM rig, but XMR is one of them. And I can't remember a bunch of other coins. But yeah, that's very, very exciting, honestly, because if something like that takes off, then that's just another huge boost to CPU mining over GPU mining, especially when the merge on Ethereum does come into play. So there's a lot of opening, good looking promises coming across CPU mining, but not just that, other networks in general that is way cheaper than using Ethereum. So it's nice to see other platforms starting to build DeFi platforms across them instead of just everything being dominated on Ethereum. Because as we all know, those gas fees are crazy. You got to do layer 2 transitions through Polygon and all this other stuff to move it at a half decent price, which is it's more of a pain. You really want to get a whole bunch of people using a coin. You don't make it complex where you got to swap between a whole bunch of different things like this. Like, yes, we all see the future of it, but you also got to simplify things for the majority of the people out there. Like, there's people there that don't really know how to turn on their phone, and so you got to make something that they can even operate, or it's just not going to be a successful long-term thing. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that type of subject. Still pumping out 150 RTM a day on 2 GPUs. 2 GPUs. You're pumping out your RTM. You're mining Raptoreum on GPUs. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I don't know. There's probably a GPU coin more profitable, but you do what you want to do. Maybe you're helping with tests. I don't know. But another thing, AVN. Have you guys, any of you guys tried AVN? It looks like they're on their 4th or 5th failed restart up now. And if you're unfamiliar with AVN, it is literally just Ravencoin Lite rebranded. So it is still the great grandchild of Ravencoin, because obviously we know Ravencoin, then Ravencoin Classic came out and got forked, and then that got forked to Ravencoin Lite, and then pretty much it's the exact same thing, except it just flipped around, and it is now, they changed their name. It's still Ravencoin Lite. They changed their wallet. They changed their name to AVN now, and then they kind of changed the algorithms around. So there's 2 chains coming across AVN. There's one chain that's using the algorithm of X16RT now, which isn't that good. Well, it's a decent algorithm, but it's older, and keep in mind, it is heavy with FPGAs, and I believe there's ASICs that can mine that as well. So if you're throwing GPUs onto that to mine, if it picks up momentum or something, GPUs are not going to become that difficult. It's going to shoot through the roof, and those FPGAs and ASICs are obviously going to dominate the GPU side of that algorithm. Now, there's also like a Minotaur algorithm, Minotaur X or something like that it's called. That is the CPU mining side. Now, I tried it on its 2nd attempt, which I found some interesting results. I was like, okay, I never mined Ravencoin Lite personally myself at first. If some of you guys have, let me know and see if any of these results kind of worked. Now, I do want to do some in-depth testing, but I threw all my GPUs on there. So like 900 mega hash worth of Ethereum mining, I threw onto the GPU side of AVN, Ravencoin Lite, which is now AVN. And I ended up with, at an hour and a half, I mined about 65, 70 coins. Then I was like, okay, now I'm going to try the CPU mining algorithm. And I was only getting 14 kilohash, so my GPUs were around 150 to 170 megahash. And I threw my one 3900X on the Minotaur algorithm side, and I was getting 14 kilohash. And I was like, all right, well, 200 and some megahash versus 14 kilohash. The CPU is not even going to compare. What's going on here? Then I was like, well, maybe they scale. I'm going to put it on, let it run for a bit. Then 25 minutes later, my CPU, they're having difficulty issues. I don't know if something was bugged and it was issued, but my one single 3900X in 20 to 25 minutes was at like 35, 40 coins. I was like, what? An hour and a half of like almost 200 megahash of all my GPUs, mine like 65 coins, and 20 minutes, my one single 3900X was at like 35 coins. I was like, something is not working right here. Either there's just the difficulty shooting up on that side and the difficulties kind of don't play. And there's only 2 megahash on the XMR side or on the CPU mining side. So I was like, what is happening? Is this going to be like potentially the next early Raptoreum coin? So hint, I'm going to do a bunch of, future tests here, but it looks like a CPU at AVN, if they ever fix their network and get a decent rollout, you may be pumping in a lot of coins off your CPUs and wasting a lot of power mining it with your GPUs. So again, I don't know what's going on. I never did mine Ravencoin Lite, never tried it, never even thought about looking at it. I almost don't even really want to look at AVN because it's a fork of a fork. It's brand new. It's way too early to see what's going on here. And I just don't know if it'll be worth it, or if it's going to be some type of pull or something happening in the future. But there's a lot of people that are very curious about AVN right now and Ravencoin Lite. So I am going to look into it sometime during the week to see what's happening. But first, we need a successful launch because, like I said, they've done 4 so far. They've done a whole bunch of wallet updates. The difficulty isn't scaling right. They just have a big mess on their hands, and it's just not working currently. So once they actually do fully, looks like it's stable, we'll look into this and see what happens. But right now, I have no idea what's going on. AVN coin was bugged a few days ago. Yeah, it seems like it's been bugged for the past week since they first started to release this thing. Like, I'm pretty sure I read somewhere this morning that they said they're on their 4th initial launch now in the past week. So again, I don't know what's going on here. They tried to switch the algo, but it reset the difficulty, and then they ran into a rollback and it was all bugged. Yeah, they're having a massive amounts of network issues there, but if they ever do finally figure it out and fix it out, then I'll actually try testing it and see what's going on. Because when I first put my GPUs on there, and I was like, wow, I should get a decent amount of coins here pretty fast because it's nice and early, whatnot. Then I threw my CPU on there, and I was like, this one CPU is definitely destroying all my GPUs. Just like what we see in Raptoreum in terms of efficiency and stuff. You can mine something, just because you can mine something with your GPU doesn't make it a good idea to mine it with your GPU. Oh, okay. What do we got here? Is there a pool I can mine ETH with GPU and get paid out in RTM? Maybe if unmineable sometimes does do that, but I'm not sure. Another thing is, I've been kind of talking about Monero Ocean. That's the video I was also working on, is how to mine with Monero Ocean. If you are unfamiliar about Monero Ocean, they are a very interesting type of platform here to definitely help increase the profits on your CPU. So let's just take a look at this right quick. We're gonna go to XMR here, turn it on, and they did kind of implement Raptoreum into their kind of mixture here. Let me just see, let me get this a little bigger here for you guys. So this is initially the dashboard Monero Ocean when you're mining. This is what it looks like right here. Oh my gosh, I gotta adjust my screen for you guys. So I used to use this all the time. This was the most profitable way to mine with your CPUs up until you started, till Raptoreum mining actually came out. But now that they are implementing it, and why does it say my workstation is here? What's going on here? I'm not mining right now. This says I'm mining right now, but I'm not. I have no miners running. I tested this for like 5 minutes yesterday. Something's bugged. So I don't know what's going on here, but it's saying I'm mining with one worker, which is Rabid WS, which is what I'm live streaming with right now, and everything is off. But very interesting stuff here. Anyway, so they got a whole bunch of coins. If you go into here, bam, where's Ghost Rider? Right there. I gotta zoom in so you guys can see. So this is what's going on. So they do have a multi-platform pool here. So they got pools across everything, and you can even use GPUs. They do have like Ravencoin as well as Ethereum here, and you can actually throw your GPUs on here, and it'll profit switch back and forth between the two depending what's going on. But in the end, everything you get paid out in is XMR. So keep that in mind. It's all Monero. It's all XMR based. You mine all these coins for profit switching. but then you get paid out in XMR. But once they fully implement the RTM benchmarking stuff, you can only currently do it, which when I actually show you how to mine on this, there's only one pool address where they implement it, as they're still kind of testing it because they can't figure out how to properly benchmark the Ghost Rider algorithm, because right now it only benchmarks the current rotation that Raptoreum is actually mining at the time when you first initially start up. So what it does, it'll benchmark everything, and then it'll profit switch between that, and always put in your CPU based on the benchmarking scores that your CPU does, depending on whether it's Intel, Ryzen, whatever. And then it'll get a score for every algorithm here, and then it'll keep switching your CPU to all these other algorithms to be the most profitable, and then pay you out in XMR. And then what you could do after that is convert XMR into something like, say, Litecoin. And if you want to get into Raptoreum, then you just move that to an exchange, transfer your Litecoin into Raptoreum, and then you can go into a smart node. So potentially this could be way better than actually mining Raptoreum directly, if that's what you want, like for the smart nodes and whatnot in the future. Or if you want to just hold Monero or XMR or something for the future, then you could do that as well. So that's why the tail end of this, always their payout, no matter what you do, is going to be an XMR, but you could potentially be making a lot more ever since they did add Raptoreum into this. So I just want to do a quick shout out to Monero Ocean here. I'm really excited for when them to actually get this fixed, because once they actually get this up and rolling, it's going to be the most profitable way to mine with your CPU. And then if you, depending on the coin you want, you can just swap your XMR into whatever coin you want, and then, you know, obviously just bank whatever. So I'm gonna definitely be using this once it's fully worked out and fixed and glitch free. I just wanted to point that out, that there are a lot of new CPU miners out there, and there's a lot of other CPU coins and options you can do other than mining directly Raptoreum, because obviously we can see the price is way down right now. Where do I even have it? I don't even have it here. Let's go into here. Let's look at Raptoreum price. What are we at? I know I do have it on my website, but why did I go to that? Raptoreum price. I don't even know what I've been mining lately. So this week I can actually finally see what kind of weekly profitabilities we're looking at here. $2. Look at that. $2. Little over 2.5 cents. 2.27. But I didn't like, what's an average price right now? What's Mine Raptoreum telling us? Mine Raptoreum. Like, what's the profitability? And I saw it was like 300 mega hash was still on the network yesterday. That's pretty insane. That was a lot of difficulty for a low cost thing. So there we go. There we go. So I think, you know, Virus coin or something like that is probably more profitable at the current time to mine on its own. But at the same time, like, you know, maybe you're mining for the smart nodes or something. So it looks like 13900X, 33.5, saying 29 coins a day, 80 cents. 80 cents. Is that what it's saying over here too? 79.6 cents. So yeah, obviously profitability is down. The difficulty and hash rate is still up on Raptoreum, but the price is way down. I don't know if it's following the crypto market or if people are just selling the coins and whatnot now. Also, there's another thing. People may be mining Raptoreum on Zergpool and swapping it into another coin, because you can do that. You can mine straight whatever you want with your CPU and then get paid out in any coin you want as well. So that's another thing that may answer your question. I just clicked in my mind. Zergpool may do that for you. Who was that? Someone asked me earlier, where is it? Can you mine with your GPU and get paid out in Raptoreum? So potentially Raptoreum, yes, you could mine ETH, I think, on Zergpool. And then if you want to get paid out in Raptoreum, you could definitely do that by switching your payout coin to Raptoreum, I think. But I'm not 100% sure. So we can mine more Raptoreum, but no. We can mine more Raptoreum, but we can mine it by mining other coins. What's going on here? That's another thing too with Ravencoin halving coming up. Ravencoin halving is set to drop January 11th. I don't know if the time frame changed depending on the blocks being found. Let's just take a look at what to mine here. Depending what you want to do, because we know Ethereum on most cards is the most profitable. Let me just see what's going on with this 30. Oh, it looks like Flux is ahead of Ethereum again. So Flux must be having a nice little pump, or the difficulty on Ethereum, you know, just started boosting it up that much where it made the other one more profitable. Either way, you could mine one of these other coins with your GPU, obviously, and then just swap it into Ravencoin if you want to get a bank, because it is a lot more efficient mining something like Ethereum than it is to mine a Ravencoin. You will be burning a lot more power if you swap over to Ravencoin directly. And obviously, it's not as profitable on most GPUs, that you'll actually be losing daily profits. So again, mine the most profitable, swap it into the coin you may potentially want to stack a bag for, because Ravencoin halving, is the price going to go up? Is it going to go down? We don't know, but in order to be like, nice on par profitability, it's going to need a really big spike in price. So different ways to do what you want to do when it comes in terms of mining. What to mine? There we go. Down, change, bam, boom. Okay. We got questions. We have questions out there. Good morning from Seattle. Oh, what's going on, Golden Wolf? You managed to show up. What do we got here? I haven't checked out. We have 90 viewers, 41 likes. Come on, guys. So 88 viewers, 41 likes. Smash that like button. Let's roll. Flux pumped hard. Yeah, Flex, I guess, is pumping hard. That's what's happening here. I don't have it in my little display ordeal. What do we got for Canadian prices? Yeah, I woke up this morning, saw Bitcoin down to 61,000. That is Canadian. I was like, here we go, going down again. So what's going to happen, guys? What do you think is going to happen in this market? Is it going to go down, and hopefully in a couple days we see that massive spike that all these people are trying to predict? Or are we going to keep going down as the end of the cycle and then eventually roll up into a mid-January and a January crypto winter? What do you think is going to happen, guys? Pro hashing could be an option for sure. I have not tried pro hashing on GPUs or anything. I don't know if pro hashing has Raptoreum or not on there, but again, if they have the coin you have, it's an option. Unmineable is another option. But remember, when you're using platforms like, say, pro hashing or Unmineable or some, they're like the middleman, so you're mining off their pool as well. So maybe it's also, if their Ethereum pool is small and it never finds any blocks, it's not going to be as profitable as mining on a nice, top 10 type of Ethereum pool, and you're better off potentially swapping coins manually by yourself and getting rid of the middleman third party type of whatever they're charging you. Alt season for 3 months. 3 months or 2 years. Alt season for a year. Winters usually last a year or two, don't they? I'm pretty sure it's about a year or two worth of winters, because you got to remember, it takes a couple months. People start realizing, oh, nothing's profitable. They start selling all their rigs, and that's when the prices come down, and everything goes in there, and you usually get a nice few months worth of nice cheap mining hardware before the next Bitcoin halving comes in, and then you hit your next 4-year cycle bull run. But yeah, who knows? I'm not sure how long winters usually last, but I'm pretty sure they do last a couple years. If Unmineable had RTM, I would. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. It's very cheap. I know. Also, one point I want to put out that just kind of popped in my head the other day based on a comment. Because someone commented on that Get Off Flock Pool video. If you guys remember that, I was saying how, get off Flock Pool. There's too much hash rate, yada, yada, yada. And someone said, this is a bad thing to be telling people. But it's true and it's not true. So someone said, as we know, they have the smart nodes, it's a backup chain, so it kicks in for added security. So if there's a 51% attack on Raptoreum on the mining side, the smart nodes will come in. They'll say, hey, you know what, we're not letting these transactions go through, and they keep the network nice and safe. But someone's going out there saying in comments, saying, hey, you know what, Raptoreum is 51% proof. It can't be done. It's impossible. Don't go telling people that. You tell someone if it's impossible, that just makes someone want to do it more. Now picture this. As the price of Raptoreum actually gets lower and lower, you potentially have a higher and higher chance of the network getting attacked. Now, what do I mean by this? One is you have Flockpool. That's depending if Flockpool wants to attack the network. I highly doubt it. What if someone comes on and say NiceHash, or someone starts to add that into the mix, or someone just makes their own mining pool and they're a loaded whale farm something, and they point up and they get 51% of the hash rate or something. Very well done. Remember, whales could have unlimited money. We don't know. Now, as the Raptoreum price falls down, they could go ahead, buy a lot of Raptoreum, privately make their own nodes, and have more control over the network on both sides. And there is a chance for the network to be attacked. It isn't a chance. And the lower the price goes, the easier and easier it can to happen. So someone going out there and saying, it's impossible, it won't happen. It's definitely possible. And sometimes, being told it's impossible just makes it that much more of a target to do it. So I can't remember the guy's name or anything, but telling people something is impossible to do, or 51% proof, is not entirely true. It's a lot harder to do than other networks, but it's 100% possible to even attack the Raptoreum network. So just keep that in mind when trying to relay information like that. Let me know if you guys agree with that statement or not, but it just popped in my head a couple days ago. I'm like, whoa, you know what? it's very true. The lower Raptoreum goes in price, the cheaper it is for someone to buy enough coins to privately start up their own nodes or something and literally do an attack. So keep that in mind, guys, when talking about stuff like that. Winter's coming. If unmineable had RTM, I think the market is on a slower down until after the first of the year, then back up slow to where we were at 66 by February 1st. All right, good. I'm not a trader. I'm not a charter. I'm just curious of what's going on, because remember, history repeats itself. We are at the end of the third 4-year cycle. So, everything does tend to roll around in 4 years. As we know, Bitcoin halving happens every 4 years. And things are just, could potentially really drop down. So if you're a new miner and you're up in the air of what to do, should you buy a whole bunch of hardware now? Should you wait? We're kind of on the tipping point where it could go either way, I think. Like, the winter could be extended a bit because it is a bit different this time. We do have a lot more institutions and everything across Bitcoin, but at the same time, so like a lot of analysis are saying the winter could be extended by like 6-7 months, which is a good potential. Like, I still say it'd be funny. What if everything crashes and drops right around the time Ethereum decides to do the merge? So yeah, it'll be pretty insane. And remember, once the merge happens, you guys got to keep this in mind. Right now, the network's working good. And Ethereum 2.0, it's the exact same Ethereum, it's the exact same everything. It's not a new coin or anything. It is still straight Ethereum. But once the mining goes over, it's going to be validated on, like a node type of system. And it's a one-way trip. Once you start staking ETH and stuff now, and Ethereum 2 and all that stuff on that alleged network, it's not the networks they're labeling as Ethereum 2.0, but it confuses people. It is the exact same Ethereum. But once you send money there, you are not getting it back until they improvise the full Ethereum 2.0 as well as the sharding and everything. That's what allows you to pull the money out and everything. So once the merge happens, there is no getting anything back still. Ethereum 2.0 and sharding is still a good few months after the merge happens. Obviously, they're going to have their game faces on. They probably want to have that implementation obviously fairly close to the merge. So they're probably working a little bit of stuff on the background on ETH 2.0, but they really want to get off the, mining network. Obviously, they've been pushing it for a long time. But if they don't really work fast after they do the merge, there's going to be a lot of issues on the Ethereum network of people, wanting to pull out money and stuff and not being able to, because there's no longer a way to process withdrawals and whatnot until they fully implement Ethereum 2.0. Having a blast on mining on the Mephisto pool for my game PC. Thanks for getting me into Raptoreum. Hey, no problem, Robbie. Glad you're enjoying it. Crypto mining's a lot of fun. That's why a lot of us, obviously, you want to hope for a big boom and hopefully you can make, a decent little bit of bank on it. But at the same time, it's a lot of fun. It's a nice hobby. It could turn into a very expensive hobby for some, but it's a fun thing to do as well. Metaphysical pool. It is a great pool. I like that pool myself, honestly. And I never actually tried it until I decided to do these tests, and after just watching it and stuff, that is really definitely a great contender pool for if people want to try a new pool. Definitely check it out. Do we have any questions? Anything else going on there? What do we have? 93 viewers, 50 likes. Smash that like button, guys. And if you are new to the channel, obviously hit that subscribe button. Oh, I also people are talking about it. I forgot about it. I got that Reddit post up there, so be sure to join the Reddit channel, because that is just another thing to kind of ask questions, do other things. Obviously we can do that in Discord and stuff as well, but the only difference between Discord and Reddit is on Google and stuff. So it'll just bring more people to Google searches to be able to find possible solutions to some problems, as well as a little more exposure to my channel and stuff as well. So I do have the Reddit now available. I just created the other day, so be sure to check that out if you haven't checked it out or not yet. You know what, join up, talk about it, do everything. Well, I'll there to help you guys there. I'm there to help people on Discord, all over the place. But it's just going to be another public way to, kind of bring more eyes onto the channel as a whole. So I guess it's more of a marketing thing on my end. But, I still have it there, so use it if you would like. How do you estimate whether or not you'll possibly be profitable during the crypto winter? John, well, that's where What to Mine comes in, and that's where platforms like NiceHash become more popular. At the same time, when people do move to platforms like NiceHash, that's when you could potentially have higher risks of, you know, what's it called? 51% attacks. As we know, people start selling their rigs, people start getting off the networks, they just shut their rigs off because it's not as profitable. You know, they use crypto to pay for their power, and now you are no longer mining enough coins per day to pay for your power for the day. So, you know, as the month goes by, you go more in depth paying for your power. So people do shut off their rigs, other people sell their rigs, and it's just another cycle that happens. It's just a thing that happens that you should know about when mining it. But you can go to a platform like What to Mine right here if you haven't heard about it. Put in the GPUs you have, like, you know, you have 5570s and 10 6800 XTs or whatever. You put them all in here. You can put as many as you want, and then you can go onto here and it'll tell you what's going on. Now in a crypto winter, a lot of the times every day these coins are bouncing all over the place, hash rates moving all over the place. It's what we'll see after the merge on Ethereum mining as well. All the difficulty will be going up across these, and different coins will keep popping into the first place spot all the time. Now people do move to nice hash platforms during this time because, you know, it just, you know, it's kind of like profit switching, where depending who wants what coin, someone puts in a buy order for Bitcoin for, you know, X amount of mega hash on a certain coin for a certain amount of days, and that's how you get paid out. You're renting your hardware on nice hash, and it's remaining kind of profitable. So a lot of people flock to that. As a lot of people are selling rigs, the hash rate's coming across a lot of coins, and then that's when some people have used nice hash about 3 or 4 times in the past to put in massive buy orders and take over networks for 51% attacks. So that does happen, you know, in the background as too, which you also got to kind of be mindful of during crypto winters. You do have a higher chance of those attacks happening across a lot of these networks, depending what kind of security chains the networks do have. But yeah, to look what's most profitable during winter, during any time after the merge, What to Mine is your go-to website to pretty much give you averages. Now, it's not 100%. Like example here, let's look at a 3060 Ti. It's saying we have 58. Oh, I'm going to adjust the screen so you guys can see it. So here you can see I have a 3060 Ti clicked, and it's saying 58 mega hash at about 130 watts. Now, from my testing, we're getting about 61.6 mega hash at about 134 watts. So it's pretty close, but you know, you gotta do in your own estimates, or, you know, put in your own testing to see what the exact numbers are. But it's a good thing to give you the idea. The other thing, it depends on the snapshot that it took. Here you can see it's only saying 842 terahash on the Ethereum network. So it's going to say you're getting a little bit more profits than what you really are, because as we just looked at earlier in the stream, we're sitting over 900 terahash on the network now. So, you know, the same arguments kind of go across Mine Raptoreum. How come I got more coins than what Mine Raptoreum said, or I got less coins? It all depends on the snapshot. It's not always 100% accurate. You know, sometimes the difficulty is reporting higher, sometimes it's reporting lower. And obviously all the hash rates are not identical to what you could potentially be getting. It's a nice estimator tool out there to give you an idea, but it's not 100% accurate. Yeah, hopefully that answers your kind of what to see what's profitable during the winter question. Flux getting that pump from the news that Binance is going to list it on its exchange. Oh, that's what's going on. Binance may be listing Flux. Right on. Good stuff. Oh, did Max Voltage pop up here? I see someone added him. Max Voltage, are you here? I don't see any chats from you. Or I'm blind. I could be blind. That happens quite a bit too, you know. Like Budweiser, when he sent me that $50 super chat in pink, and I didn't see it at all. So I'm definitely could be blind. Oh, it's right there, right above the back at Max Voltage. See, I am blind. Oh, hey, Rabid, great show. Love the Ethereum info. Gotta go back to work though. Okay, hey, thanks a lot. Yeah, head back to work. Don't get fired. If you can get a 30 amp 240 volt RAN and only use 80% either way. Oh, you're talking to somebody. Yeah, that's exactly what I run right now. I got a 30 amp 240 volt. That's what my CPU as well as GPU rigs are on, and that's what my limit is. Once I don't have really any extra power. Now I could take some of my CPU mining rigs if I really have to, as well as the Antminer L3 Plus, and put them upstairs, because you only need 120 volt to run those. So I could do that, and then it'll open up more on my 30 amp that I have dedicated to mining. At the same time, I only have 100 amp max service in my house, so kind of limited there. I'm trying to get a hold of some people for solar, because I definitely love to get like a 21 to a 48,000 solar watt solar system put in. So 48 kilowatts, I believe, is what I can get for full 200 amp service. I'm gonna see what I can get. Let me times that now. 200 amp service. I want to get 200 amps worth of solar anyway. Times 240. Yeah, 48,000 watts. So 48,000 watt, 48 kilowatt solar system, I think would be a nice little solar ordeal thing to do. Also, when looking at solar, there's a couple things you got to keep in mind. I'm no pro on looking at solar or anything. Obviously, in the end, it's going to pay itself off somehow. But if you end up moving, then it's a waste. And people will be like, why do you have 48,000 watts worth of solar panels on your house when your house only needs 300 watts a month or so, 300 watts or something, right? Crazy. But, what was it? And I lost train of thought. But keep in mind, you got to look for future building. You're going to keep building more rigs. You're going to keep doing this. Also, in the meantime, if you have all that extra power you're not using, you can sell, depending where you live, here you sell that back to the power provider and they pay you the price of your power back to you. So you can be making money on top of your solar from the power company for doing that. So that's another thing to look at. Do a nice, I'm not saying go huge and big, but look into potential. I think a nice 200 amp service is pretty decent for crypto mining off solar for a decent, residential miner or something like myself. So that's something I'm looking into. 48 kilowatts in solar, that's huge. Yeah, I know, it's massive. I have a big yard. But that's my goal. I think they said it'll cost about $78,000 potentially, but we'll see what happens. I'm still looking into other providers, what type of things they plan on doing here. In the end, I want to find an investor. I want to buy like a field. I want to put a whole bunch of Rabid Mining flags across a giant building with a Rabid Mining thing in the front. Doors, that'd be wicked. Rabid Mining doors that you open up and the wolf splits open. And then behind it, big solar farm. And inside of it, a big warehouse full of everything. ASICs, CPUs, GPUs, all of it. That is my dream. That's what I'm doing. One day, maybe, I can find maybe Elon Musk will help me out because, if I say it's going solar, then, he's all for it. He's all about the environment, right? But yeah, that's my dream goal. One day, giant warehouse in a field full of solar panels and, Rabid Mining all over the place. Post flags, all of it. Be sweet. But that is the goal. But right now, you got to start small and build up from there. I have a 200 amp service. I think I can run 2 more 30 amp 240 volts later, having a total of 330 amp 240 volt and still be safe at my house. Yeah, probably. 200 amp service is a pretty decent service. Again, it depends how big's your house. Do you have hot tubs? I also have a hot tub in the back corner there, but it's on a 50 amp 240 volt breaker, that one. Anyone doing 3M Novix submerged GPU mining? Negative. I have not done any type of submerged type of mining. Well, it depends. I wouldn't recommend it unless you never plan on selling your GPUs or anything in the future. But if you plan on, reselling stuff later on, you probably don't want to be submerging anything. Don't forget about rebates. Yes, 8 bits long. That was the other thing I was forgetting to say. I was trying to see what type of rebates are going on. Now, Alberta kind of got rid of most of their rebates ever since the NDP got voted out and the UCP took them all away. So technically, I kind of want NDP to be back for those rebates so they can put them back in again. But for federal level, the Prime Minister here, he does have rebates on that side. But as for Alberta rebates, maybe it's better off to wait to see what happens in the next couple of years. Maybe we could get better incentives to put up solar because obviously, yes, dig into them rebates, get everything as cheap as possible. Open an EV, yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, open a charging station. Yeah, get all this, so that'd be sweet. 3M Novik is insanely priced. Do we have any ads here? I have solo mined a coin that had a very low difficulty and very low hash rate and had 70% of the network hash rate. Oh, nice. Oh, crazy. Any more ads? No more ads. Doesn't look like there's any more ads here. No questions. Nobody has anything going on. 83 viewers, 62 likes. We still need to smash those like buttons. As well as those, we gotta check on the memberships. What do we got going on for memberships here? I see a few greens out there. I see Mr. Fudweiser happening. We got Steven Maliza. Oh my gosh. We got Christopher Palazzo. We got is there any more? Any more members? Member shout out. Dave Collins. Member shout out. All right, we caught all the members. Yes, members get shout outs because you're in green and you're special. You're awesome. Well, all you guys are awesome. Keep that in mind. Oh, what else did I have to look at? There's something here somewhere. I don't remember what it was. That was that mining rigs. You know what? Let's see what's going on for CPUs. How is the CPU shortage coming, you guys? Are there any CPUs listed? Let's look for a 3900X used market. Used market 3900Xs are. Let's take a look here. Powerful Ryzen 9 base gaming workstation. Ooh, powerful. It probably has like no GPU or something. Oh, 30. Where is this? Calgary. Is this guy a scammer? That's not too bad. $1,190 complete system with a 3060. 3900X with a 3060 and 32 gigs of RAM. That's not too bad. That's a decent price. You know what? Oh man, do I gotta go to Calgary today? For real? I don't care about the case. I'll just throw that thing out. But like, yeah, that's decent. Okay, click. Is there more pictures, more stats on this thing? Description. Let's take a look at this, guys. 8 bits. I know. Hey, 8 bits. It's mine. I found it first. But like, PC 3900X, 32 gig RAM. Blah blah. Yes, I know about that. 1080p. Blah blah. NVIDIA RTX 3060. What is this? 6-core, 12-thread CPU. Oh, there's some stuff going on here. You can get 2 different ones. Video card was. Why is he saying video card was $2,000? This guy a scammer? I have no idea what's going on. Oh, price for PC without the GPU. There we go. Read the fine print. Read the fine print. Okay, this is not a good deal anymore. Thought that was a good deal. Thought we had something there for a second, but no, never mind. Dreams just destroyed. There's something with an RTX 3080, 3900X with a 3080 for 3500. It probably has fine print. Does it come with 2 just a game PC, or does it come with the monitors and everything? I'm gonna have to dig into this Kijiji thing later on, see what they got going on here. This just says please contact, so it's probably a waste of time. And swap trade Ryzen 3900X for 3. What? This guy is trading one 3900X for 3 Ryzen CPUs in Red Deer. So he's like right by me too. What? He wants 3 Ryzen CPUs for that. Okay. Gaming desktop parts. We got a bunch of parts here. Trading for a gaming laptop. Blah blah. B550 RAM 1800. Okay. Oh, we got a wanted here. Someone's looking for some CPUs. This same guy. Same guy. Wow, what's going on here? All right, well, let's try a 3950X. See what's happening. Should probably look for an Epic or a Threadripper or something. 3950X. $800. Is that a good deal? 3950X. Which one's that? That's the Is that the 12 core or the 24 core one? I don't remember. I think that's the 12 core one and it's low on the cache or something. We'll see though. Nothing else on the 3900, not 3950X. All right, let's try 5900X. 5900X. 650. Is that for real? Oh, that's, yeah, 5900X. 650. Yeah. CPU, motherboard, fan bundle, Ryzen 9, 840. Motherboard, RAM, and everything. What? This one might not be too bad. What do we got here? Got a complete system here. Almost for 840. I got everything else, so that's not too bad, really. RAM, motherboard, 5900X. Is 840 a decent price? I think I'm missing some. Maybe about the same price to order brand new. About. And let's look for the 5950X. 59, no, not XT. Whoa, what am I doing? 5950X. And we got 825, no. 879, no. Well, not the greatest. It's definitely a lot harder to find a CPU than it was. I remember couple months ago looking at that, and there'd be like 3900Xs everywhere from $400 to $500. And now it's all like, oh, it costs more than the 5000 series. It's good if it reduces core temperatures and electricity bill and adds life of cards than other air-cooled setups. 3M Novik, yeah. Prices are ridiculous. Prices are very ridiculous. It's insane. Have you created a video on how to mine with a CPU and GPU on the same rig with Hive OS? I don't think I have, but I can show you right quick. It's fairly simple here. I don't have a GPU on any of these, so I can't. But we could try this one right quick. So let's just edit this flight sheet and show you how we can do it. Let me find a screen here. I'm going to adjust this so you can see it. Not quite yet. All right, here you go. John Hodgman. Let's see if we can. Oh, it's without card. Yeah, it's without. Who just asked this? I just bought 2 scam. Oh, Chad C. Here we go. This is how we do it. So I'm just gonna go into the flight sheet right here. I got these AMD rigs, obviously mining Ethereum. My internet is super slow, so I'm just gonna edit this right quick here. We're gonna edit this. We're gonna add another miner here. I'm just gonna throw on. Let's see if we can get this on Monero Ocean. Just why not? We're gonna go XMart. We're gonna go Monero. I'm gonna select Monero Ocean. Boom. Yeah, we'll pick this. This port is not right. It's very low difficulty in 5000 series. Get into that some other time. Then we want XM rig new. We're gonna go down XM rig fork MO. Apply. All right, we're gonna update this rig now to all the workers. And now, if I remote into this bad boy, see what happens. Let me adjust this so you guys can see. Now, because we are running 2 different miners, we need, instead of just putting miner here, we got to put an MOTD space watch. And this lets you split between multiple things. So here you can see 1, we got Team Red Miner, and now 2, we are benchmarking on Monero Ocean on this Intel CPU, which is garbage for mining. But yeah, right now, technically, here it's starting its Ghost Rider test. Let's see what this thing can do. What CPU is in this thing? But yeah, we're up and mining with our CPU as well as our GPU now in Hive OS. But I just want to see, what CPU is this? So this is an Intel Celeron G3900X. All right, let's see what kind of benchmarking test we get here. Let's make this bigger so you guys can see this. And this is kind of an example of Monero Ocean where it runs through its benchmarking. You can see what it does here. So we're using 2 of 2 threads. Nice, nice. Oh my gosh, is it even going to finish benchmarking? Maybe I crashed. Maybe this thing blew up already. I may have broke this CPU. Li Wenjin 3900X versus 3950X. They're both the same on the efficiency wise. One just has more threads than the other, but for the power per thread, it's probably about the same. Now, did this even give me a hash rate? 71. So on the current Ghost Rider rotation that it's using, you can see here, I got 71 per hash rate. 71 hashes. That's insane. So obviously this Intel CPU is just a cheap one, a Celeron for your mining rig. It's not made for any type of mining. So we're definitely not going to get very good hash rates at all. But this is just a quick setup here to show you, yes, that's essentially how you set up your GPU rig to mine with your CPU. You just set up another miner into your flight sheet here to coordinate to your CPU. But yeah, there we go. Just check it out. I want to see what this thing does, actually. See what happens when we hit our XMR thread mark here. But blah blah. So this is actually a good example for you guys to check out. You can see all the different algorithms for CPU mining that Monero Ocean does have on their pool. This is how it works. Its initial setup. It'll run through all these CPU mineable coins and algorithms, benchmark that CPU, and then it'll be profit switching across the board on the most profitable at the time that it thinks, and then it just pays you out an XMR, which is, really, really handy. It's pretty much once you get it set up, set it and forget it, and you should be making the most out of your CPU. And then the XMR that you do get, you can just trade it into whatever you want to actually hodl. But here goes RX0, RX this. RX0, that's XMR right there. RX0, let's see what's going on. That is your random X algorithm, which XMR does use. Let's see what our hash rate is. Would it be better to swap over to MO at the moment or pure RTM? Well, they just recently, it's only on one pool, the North American stratum, that they implemented at Raptoreum. It's not widespread yet, so it's currently still kind of in testing. I think I should probably do another test now that they kind of have it implemented there. I'm going to throw one rig on Monero Ocean, and then I'm going to throw another rig straight Raptoreum, and we'll get to the bottom of, you know, how profitable it is in another video, I guess. So that's another test I am going to have to start. Maybe I'll start that sometime later on today, because I am very curious myself as well. Because if I find that Monero Ocean is starting to become more profitable already, I'm 100% throwing every rig on Monero Ocean. And then if I want, just swap my XMR over into Raptoreum for the smart node. Oh, Panthera, if you're unfamiliar, here's the Panthera, our algorithm, and that is like your Scala XLA. A lot of people are curious about Scala. Oh, we got 911 hashes on Panthera. We're mining now? Oh, update set ready. I think we're mining now, guys, and it decided to choose Panthera based on this CPU and its benchmark. So yeah, now we're up and mining. You can see we're rolling and rocking. We are now mining to Monero Ocean. So if I actually go to Monero Ocean and do a couple of refreshes here, we should be able to see my rig stats. So this is Monero Ocean up and running. We are mining Scala by the looks of things on this Intel CPU. Go to Monero Ocean here, bam. Make this bigger. See if my rig pops up and what it's kind of looking like. And then on this dashboard, there's a couple things you got to realize how it actually works. So it takes the coin you're mining and it times it by the multiplier of your pay. So because you're getting paid out in XMR, you're going to see your hash rate go depending on what you're mining. If it's mining random X, obviously it's going to have what you're mining at random X. So say you're doing 3900X, nice efficient settings, about 13,600 hashes on random X. So that's what you're going to see right here is the 13,600 or something. But let's say it moves over to Raptoreum, which is new. Let's use XLA because I've seen it a lot. You may only be mining at like 1300 hashes, 1250 to 1300 on a 3900X on XLA, but on here it might be telling you you're doing 29 kilohash on Monero. So it's converting the hash rate that you're getting because the profitability is so high of the profitability that you would be mining with the XMR type of hash rate, because you're being paid in XMR. So even though might say that you're doing like 29, 30, 35, 40,000 hashes per second, that's because it's converting your 1200 hashes that you're doing on XLA over to the same type of payout of XMR. So it's very interesting how it works in the background. And you can't really be like, oh my gosh, my 3900X is doing 40,000 hashes. It's not really, it's just a conversion over to your XMR hash rate that you would be getting, because you do get paid out in XMR, even though you're only hashing at 1300. So I'm just going to let this refresh here because we're still not detected at the pool. Obviously, we need detected rigs here. Oh, no, workstation. I don't know why it still says my workstation's there. Crazy stuff. Here we are. Yeah, still hashing away in good old Scala. There's Monero Ocean at its work. Let's see what it says in Hive now. What are you saying in Hive OS? Refresh. There we can see it right there, Panthera and ETH hash. Same time, 974 hashes on Panthera network, and ETH hash we're doing 214 mega hash. I don't think I lost any type of performance currently, but I wouldn't recommend this. I don't mine with my mining rig CPUs because I don't have any extras and I don't want to blow up, you know, my mining rig CPUs because they're being scalped out now. They're hard to find, they're expensive, so I wouldn't recommend mining with the actual CPUs that you do use for your mining rigs just in case something happens. But I do want this thing to update so I can actually see this rig at the dashboard in Monero Ocean before I shut it off. Come on, refresh. Still not there. Takes a little while, I guess. You know what? I just want to shut it off because I don't want nothing to happen to it. I gotta baby it. So we're gonna take this flight sheet. I'm gonna edit this again. And I'm just going to delete the XM rig setup. Boom, gone. Update all workers, and it'll reboot. You don't have to, shut it off. If you just go straight to it, if you want to do one instead of, unset or something, if you go straight to a rocket ship, hit that one, it'll automatically take that one off, put this one on. You don't have to do that extra step. So right now we're good to go. We'll just go back into the roof here and you can see that everything has changed around. Now we only have Team Red Miner up top instead of the other one. See, we no longer have XM rig there. One. So receiving stopped, and now we are starting up with Team Red Miner again, and nothing will be happening across our other miner. It has stopped, it is done, nothing updating here. So we are no longer mining with our CPU, we are back with only our GPU. So it's that easy. If you want to start mining with your CPU and you haven't before, all you have to do is add in that extra miner onto your flight sheet. Close, minus, there we go. All right, what do we got here? Would it be better to swap over to MO? Oh yeah, we went through that. I won 3900X auction. What? How much did you get that? You won an auction for how much? What did you get that for? Mine takes forever too. 12 point whatever. GPU Risers giveaway winner. What's happening? Who's the giveaway winner? MSI B450M Pro. I'm not too sure if anyone's mining off that one or not. Well, depending on the motherboard, the only thing, like any of the 3900X to AM4 motherboards that support the CPU you want to use. Now 5000 series may require a BIOS upgrade to it, but in terms of the motherboard in general for mining, if you're running efficient and stuff, and you know you're not trying to overclock it too much, any of the cheap motherboards will work just fine. It's only when you actually plan on overclocking, like 3900X for example, 3.8 is its stock clock, and its boost clock is up to like 4.6 or something. So anything above 3.8 is essentially when you do start doing that overclock. And then the higher and higher that you do want to go, that is when the better motherboards are going to come into play. So if you just plan on running nice and efficient, the cheapest low grade type of motherboards will work. But you know, again, long term for higher overclocks, that's when you want to start moving into your X470s, B550s, X570s for the much bigger and more stable voltage to the CPU for those massive high overclocks. You're playing 3.7 at 0.95. Oh, you should be okay on that B550, on whatever the other, what is that? Yeah, B450. Yeah, you should be all right, no problem. The only other thing is, I don't know if you plan on running headless with no GPU. I don't have experience with all the motherboards out there, so I don't know if there's options to say boot through errors or ignore the VGA type of detection, so you can actually take that GPU out of it. D-Miners, what's going on? Start my PC, K3.8. So yeah, you should be fine with that motherboard. Using B450 MSI Tomahawk at the moment. It's great, but prices skyrocket. Yeah, as soon as anybody notices a decent motherboard out there that's for cheap, you know, scalpers buy them up or whatever, and they relist them, and then, you know, prices just go through the roof. That's just the way it works. We can't stop that. That's just what they do. If they see a way to make money, they just do it. Crazy stuff going on. No problem. Hopefully that fully answered your question in the way you need it. Oh, do we have any other questions out there? Anything else going on? Is there R7 27X good for a rig? I'm not sure. That's an older CPU. Can you go over using specified core real fast? What do you mean specified core, D-Miners? You mean like core settings, like speeds, or do you mean only using certain cores? MO can definitely hit the CPU harder than RTM. Oh yeah, Monero Ocean can hit it harder because it's swapping to different algorithms. Every algorithm does perform a little bit different. In terms of settings for your CPU, in overclocks you run the same, but like example, Haven is an extremely efficient coin, not much demanding, same as Raptoreum on most of the algorithms. But if you start mining over, say, XMR, which is random X, it is a lot more demanding on your CPU, and it uses more power, which in return draws, you know, you have higher temperatures, and you'll notice if it's on your workstation or something, you will have, you know, a little sloppy, and you may have to turn down a few threads or something to have background applications work. Yes, using only what I want, leaving rest for PC work. MO can definitely Grimlaw. I started mining on Metaficial in Hive, and when the miner starts, I get the error URL DNS error temporary failure 5 times, and then it starts. Sounds like it's not connecting to the pool properly for some reason. I could let me see here. Is that what miner is that? GPU miner or XMRig? Is there a way any script coins worth mining with some old grid seed orbs? What are the grid seed orbs? Usually the script algorithms currently are mined with like the Antminer L3 pluses. There's a few other miners out there, and then obviously the L7 beast that who knows when it's ever going to drop. Threadripper 64. Oh, 64 megabytes. Oh yeah, we kind of talked about that in DMs there, D-Miners, that 64 megabyte Threadripper, which turned out not to be the greatest because it has the same amount of L3 cache and everything as like a 3900X and a 5950X. But if it has more cores and threads, you will not be utilizing all of them on Raptoreum, and you'll be utilizing a lot less of them on, say, like Haven. Haven does require 4 megabytes of L3 cache per thread, and Raptoreum requires 2 megabytes. So when looking for a CPU, make sure that you are able to run all the threads by having enough L3 cache. So you want to use 32. You want to use 32 cores. But with 64 megabytes of L3 cache, I gotta look up that oh, I forget which Threadripper that was. We'd have to look it up again. We ran through the numbers. It's already only using like 3/4 of the CPU only or something due to the cache limits. How do I put it into the BAT file? Well, with XMRig, are you talking XMRig D-Miners or CPU Miner GR? Now with XMRig, I don't believe you can do it through the BAT file. You got to use the JSON, as it has a lot more configurability in there. Let's just take a look at the XMRig documentation here to see what the commands actually are. I can't remember what they are. Config file, workers, wizard. My screen's all messed up. Where do I gotta go here? Configuration, CUDA, RandomX benchmarks. That's the Raptoreum benchmarking. Where is their config sheet? Maybe it's right here. Okay, here it says something about using, the threads or -T option is not recommended because it turns off advanced built-in config. If you want to tweak the number of threads for Ghost Rider, it is recommended to start using the config.json instead of command line. The best suitable command line option for this is CPU max threads hint equals n. So n is to wherever you want, and it goes by a percentage. So if you want to use 80% of your CPU, then you put in 80. If you want to use 50%, you put in 50. So you use it by like the amount of the CPU that you want over setting a certain amount of threads individually, is what it sounds like based on XMRig. 4 sticks would drop 16 threads. Most killer CPU for CPU mining, just for fun. Most killer CPU is probably the 3995X. I think. That's probably the most killer CPU. 3995. Is it X or WX? Or is it WS? I don't even know. 3995WX Threadripper Pro Workstation something. This thing's bad. This thing's like not bad. This thing's like crazy good. Now it's just like the 3990X, but the difference is this one has higher standard and boost clocks over the 3900X. So it's faster. Clock this thing a bit more, and this thing would rip away through some Raptoreum mine like crazy. Obviously, actually, no, you want to talk about biggest and baddest. Now that would be some massive epic CPU, and I don't remember what the largest epic CPU number is right now, but yeah, they're coming out with a 256 core or something like that. Can you imagine 256 core, like 400 and some threads? Is that what it is? Or is it 120 some core? Maybe it's 120 some core and like 200 and some threads. I don't know. They're coming out with some massive CPU. It's from the Millen side of things, I think. Oh, now I gotta look it up. I can't remember what it is. Let's see. Epic with 164 cores or something. I don't know. 11 out of 10. Configure and buy. 16 core review. What is their new one? 3rd gen. So that's 64 core. AMD Epic 128 core. Where are you? Threads 128. I can't remember what it is, but their next series of cores is supposed to be like 128 cores, which is like 256 threads or something. I don't know. It's massive with like 400 or 500 megabytes of L3 cache. It's, oh, is this it? Is this the one right here? This may be the one right here. Look at this thing. Let me just adjust this screen so you can see it. Oh yeah, there we go. Zen 4 Epic CPU could be an epic 128 core, 256 thread monster. You imagine this thing? Oh my gosh. Now where's the L3 cache on this thing? Like it's enough to run. So while it's 128 times 2, I think it even has extra. No, 256. 256 times 2. So it does have at least a 512 megabytes of L3 cache. I'm just basing that off the thread thing because I did do the calculation earlier and it did have 2 megabytes per thread to fully utilize Raptoreum mining. So it does have at least 512. Maybe we can find the number here. But yeah, this CPU is seriously going to just wreck Raptoreum. Not wreck it, but I think it also costs like 15, 20, maybe $30,000 just for the CPU. Some insane amount of money. So, you know, obviously it's not going to be in everybody's. People aren't just going to be writing a check out for this to be like, yep, thank you, right on release date. Not happening. But yeah, this is probably going to be the monster that would dominate if we're talking about hearsay about the ultimate type of thing. Yes, this would be the CPU that would crush all other CPUs. Oh man, I could only. Oh, I wish I could get my hands on that thing. 100%. Insane. So they will have a model with at least double that cache. Yeah, probably. Mine is cool and all, but DeFi is where the money actually is. Drip. The Zen refresh with the 3D cache is the chip we are going to want. I'm curious about that because I don't know if that 3D cache is really gonna improve the performance of like Raptoreum miners. I think they will perform relatively close to what the 3 and 5,000 series are right now. But if they add a little bit, 10, 15 to 20% more L3 cache, then you will see higher hash rates because they're utilizing more threads on a coin like Haven, which would make potentially Haven become more profitable with those CPUs than mining Raptoreum. But again, it's too soon to tell. I don't really know if it's going to play out that way because, you know, all of that extra speedy type of, you know, L3 cache and stuff really adds to more type of single performance in gaming. So remember, all these numbers and boosts and stuff that they're trying to relay to everybody, it's all based on like gaming performance and, you know, single spike, some rendering and 3D marks and stuff like that type of test. But when it comes down to mining, where we run everything at a straight all core overclocks or whatever, and, you know, we're having a nice even across the board steady mining hash rates, we don't really see all those boost clocks and all that stuff happening where, you know, all these things are tweaked for. So I don't really think it's going to affect us or increase us too much unless you really want to waste a lot of power. But again, you know, some people do. But, you know, until they actually drop and we can test it, you know, they may be better and maybe a little bit better, but I don't think it's going to be a huge boost that they're predicting when it comes to, you know, gaming performance stuff. It's just not going to happen. We noticed this between the 3000 and the 5000 series. There's like literally no difference. And sometimes the 3000 series is still outperforming the 5000 in terms of like some Raptoreum mining and stuff. Oh, yeah. Any other last minute questions out there before we do wrap this up? Because They're banging on the floor upstairs. That it's time to eat. But we will try to answer some last minute questions if anyone out there is ready to roll with that. 76 likes. Yes, we're even across the board. Nice. Good job, guys. Much appreciated. The XTs outperform, but the XTs is another overclock thing. I bet you if you went 3.6 on the XTs as well as the non-XTs, or 3.8 on the XTs and the non-XTs, they're probably going to hash the same. I'm thinking, but I don't have an XT to actually fully test it out, but I think they're still pretty much the same clock for clock. The XTs are just stated that you can boost them higher and whatnot. I like to see like a 3 gigahertz 3000 series versus 5000. 3, just 3, like not 3.2, 3.1, just 3 right across the board, 3000 versus 5000. I do need to get a 5900X so I can actually go head to head 39 versus 5900X. That could just result in a whole bunch of tests. We can do some more PBO type of testing and all sorts of stuff, but very definitely got to actually put the two head to head. What overclock did you settle on for your 5950X on Raptoreum in the end? I'm still using my all-core overclock of 3.8. Yes, let me just go to my profile here, manual. Yeah, I have mine set at 3.8 all-core. Now, I never really fully tested yet. I still got to do that. Hopefully this week I'll finally get that done. Seeing how I'm done all these other tests, I can get the 1-stick versus 2-stick RAM thing going. I'm going to go through 3.6 all the way up to like 4.2 or something and see what uses the most power and what our hash rates are based on the benchmark, and see, what is the actual absolute best efficiency to use. So that is coming up as well. So it's going to be another fairly busy week here coming. 3.7 at 0.95 best hash to watt, yet 3.7 at 0.95. Yes, if that's 100% stable, that definitely sounds like an amazing efficiency setting for sure. Definitely have to try that out. What's up? Love being able to check out the live streams when at home watching YouTube. Oops, I meant working from home. Have a great day. Hey, Jeff Rodriguez, no problem. Thank you for showing up. And everyone else, thank you very much for showing up as well. We will be back again for tomorrow, just before Panda does his live stream as well. So our normal Saturday and Sunday streaming schedule is, here as usual. So much appreciated. If you haven't, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Rabid out.